how do we overcome call rejection as salespeople? Get over that hump so we can make our daily contacts, hit our goals, and grow our business day after day, year over year. Call rejection is arguably the number one reason salespeople, real estate agents don't hit their goals, right? It's a real thing. It can be scary, it can be challenging, it can be mentally defeating. So finding a way to break through that is critical, not just for new agents, but even experienced agents go through this. I've been a real estate agent for 15 years, and it's definitely gets easier, but I would say it never completely goes away. So I wrote down 5 things to keep in mind as you're trying to hit your contact goals as a real estate agent, and keep your business moving forward, that will help you deal with call rejection, the very real challenge of call rejection. So we're not going to get into the strategy and the why and the execution. If you want a plan to help you grow your business, drop a comment below, type in "send me the plan," and I'll send you that separate video. In this video, we're only going to deal with call rejection. We're going to dive right into that at a much deeper level to help you break through it. So the first thing to keep in mind, I wrote, accept it's normal. This is a big one. There's nothing wrong with you being afraid of someone yelling at you or what someone might say on the other line. That's a real thing, right? We all suffer that, deal with that at some level. So accept it's a normal part of the process. Acknowledge it's going to happen no matter how long you're going to do it, and that'll keep your mindset in a better place for when it actually does happen. That'll help you keep going. Second thing I wrote down, don't let their bad day affect your goals and the ability to grow your business. Whatever's happening on that other line, on the other side of the door, listen, we all have bad days, and we've all lost our cool, right? Whether it's with friends, family, strangers, whatever, we've all gone through that. We've all gone through that bad day. So I don't care how good you are, how kind of a person you are, you're going to get some rejection at some point if you're talking to enough people in this business. So understand that is their bad day. Don't take that on, right? Have the mindset of, don't make it worse. Have the mindset of, okay, I'm sorry to bother you. Try to empathize, and then next. Don't take that bad call and bring it with you onto future calls or slow you down, right? If you need to take a walk or something and breathe through it, get a drink of water, great, but do not let it take up hours of your time if you dealt with some rejection on a call, all right? Number 3, I wrote down, don't lie, relate. Okay, one of the biggest things I see agents do is they try to hang up the phone quick, or they say, sorry, wrong number, and they try to get off the call. This will agitate an already upset person, and the wrong person will call back, and you've just created a firestorm, right? Instead, if someone's upset at you, giving you some rejection, try to empathize with them, right? I'm sure if it's a for sale by owner or an expired, I'm sure you've been getting a lot of calls, and you've probably just reached your tipping point. I'm really sorry. I won't call you again. This is the first time I'm calling. I'm sure other agents are calling you, but I won't call you again. Empathize with them, right? They might ask where you got my number very angrily. Just let them know, hey, we run searches. My team and we run searches, and we pull up numbers from a variety of sources, and I saw the home was off the market, or I saw the home was for sale. I just thought I'd check in. I'm really sorry. I won't bother you again. Don't challenge them. Don't get in an argument with them. Don't try to make them wrong, right? You called them. Apologize, relate to their situation, and move on. I can't tell you how many times I've done that, and the other person totally drops their guard and says, I'm sorry, I overreacted. Why were you calling again? They didn't even hear it because they're just so upset and with whatever's going on in their life. And then you start asking them questions about their problem, and they say, you know what? You're not like the other people. Why don't you talk? Why don't we get together, right? So relate to them. Now, does that always work? No, but if it works 1 out of 50, you're got one listing you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And it will work. You will flip some people like that. You'll also flip some people that will apologize and they'll say, we've changed our mind about selling, or we're not going to sell anymore, but I appreciate you taking the time to explain things with me, right? So take the high road, show some empathy, relate, apologize. Don't challenge, don't run from the rejection. Just sit there, be present with it, and try to talk people through it, right? That's a big one. That's a big one. Number 4, the next thing I wrote down, do it every day. This is a habit or a skill or a muscle, just like anything else, just like healthy eating, just like working out. If you can dig in and do this for 21 to 30 days, you've got a habit created. Now your body's just going to wake up and do it. When you get rejection, it's going to be easier to just go on to the next one, right? In the beginning, I remember my first calls, I would stare at my phone for 10, 15 minutes, and I'd close my eyes and press send. Like, it's a real thing. There are real things in our body that are trying to talk us out of making those calls. It's how our brain works. But once you dig in and you do it every day, 5 days a week for 3-4 weeks, now you're just doing it. You start easier. You don't let the rejection slow you down as much. So stay consistent. And the last thing I wrote down, listen, there are people out there who really need your help, who really need a good, proactive, professional agent, right? And if you don't call them, it's a crapshoot, right? 71% of agents did not sell a home last year. The average agent sells 4 homes a year, right? So the odds of them getting a professional who's doing multiple transactions a month, who takes this seriously, a full-time job, the odds of them finding that are statistically low if you don't make it a point to dig through all the rejection, all the roadblocks, and find the people that need your help. It's good for them, and it's good for your business. Those are the people we're looking for. We're not trying to convince people to sell a house if they don't want to. We're trying to find the people who want a more proactive approach, a more professional approach, and show them how we can help and naturally find that good fit. So I would recommend using all of these, to deal with your call rejection, but minimum find one that you can just plant in your head and help you get through, those real tough times of people being negative, or maybe you having some fears about making these calls. These are some things that I've personally used. I'd love to get your feedback if any of these helped you. And if you want to talk through any of this, don't be shy. I get calls, texts, emails all the time from watching these videos. Hope this helps.